Hey guys, today we're going to be talking to you about ethnic and racial diversity.
My name is Tomas Chihon.
My name is Brendan Enriquez.
My name is Kevin Rodriguez.
So today we're going to be talking about ethnic diversity. We're going to be talking about what it is, how it affects engineering, what the negatives are, and how people can solve it. So what ethnic diversity is it's a study that's based on the different types of cultures in the workplace and work environment. There can be many benefits when introducing ethnic diversity into the workplace, such as bringing new skills that no one has ever learned before or even tried, different perspectives to old problems that people have never solved that can maybe be solved, and different opinions which can shed new lights on old arguments. Even though ethnic diversity can bring a lot of things to the table when it comes to workplace or work environment, it is actually sad to say that there's a lot of racial discrimination when it comes to the workplace. It is also sad to mention that it is a huge problem in the engineering field. In a study conducted in 2017, or another one conducted in 2017, it was reported that 60 to 65% of engineers were white, while only 18% were of Asian descent and 15% were of African descent. These numbers are, when it comes to the different diversities, it is blown out of the water because of how many white people are in the engineering field. And it's kind of sad to say that because people of Asian descent and African descent can bring in so much to the table. And it's also worth mentioning that about 78% of engineers are males, while the rest are female. And again, that's very sad to say because, again, different ethnicities and genders can bring a lot to the workplace table. So, hi again. As we were talking about in the previous slide, we were talking about how ethnic diversity, or what ethnic diversity is, what are the pros about it, how it's a big problem in many workplace environments, and especially in the engineering field. I'm glad to say that now in the modern world, and even for the past 4 years, people have been finding new ways to fight this. One of the most common ways people have found to fight this are making organizations about it. One of the most well-known organizations is the NSBE, which is the National Society of Black Engineers. It was started by 6 undergrads who wanted to encourage more African Americans into the engineering field instead of being threatened by how white people dominate the field. What they do is they create events so people can go talk to professional engineers, and so they could meet them, and so they could feel welcome into the field, and also they can create personal lines for people to introduce into other organizations. Another organization is the SWE, which is the Society of Women Engineers. Now, this was started back right after World War II, because during World War II, a lot of the men were sent out during the draft, and because of this, we needed more engineers, so a lot of women signed up for it. And after that, after the war, all the males came back and it became a male-dominated field again. And this society was created in order for women to not feel threatened by it, so that they could become more influenced to become engineers. Another way people have been doing this is with companies like Pratt & Whitney, Sikorsky. They've set up internships where it's not based on your gender, on your culture background, on your ethnicity, but rather based on your thrive, your skill, and how much you love the field. So as a final point, it should be known that to be an engineer, you shouldn't be a certain race or certain gender. You should just be you, and you should just enjoy what you love to do. Thank you.
Hello there. I'm going to be talking to you about ways the School of Engineering can attract diverse students into their programs. One major way the School of Engineering can attract diverse students into their programming is the high salary pays of the jobs after they graduate. Showing these high salary pays would attract the attention of diverse students because they want the money. Money is everything nowadays. That's why many people major in or try to major in computer science engineering because of the high salary pays. After they graduate, you can get an internship or a job after you graduate, and earn from anywhere between $80,000 to $120,000 a year, which is a lot of money considering the fact that it pays a lot. Another way in which the School of Engineering can attract diverse students into their programming is the way they send messages out to society. Sending messages that target certain groups such as women, females, or like a certain race, sending out commercials that attract women or target women in a certain variety of ways. Another major way in which the School of Engineering can attract diverse students into the programs is considering an influencer for certain groups, ethnicities, genders. This influencer can help the diverse students look up to them, choose the right path, and be just like the influencer. And following these major steps, high salary, showing them the high salary pays, targeting certain groups in their commercials and or messages, and considering an influencer can attract many diverse students into the School of Engineering. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, now into increasing diversity in business. When wanting to increase diversity in business, there's two major factors you should consider. First is attracting these diverse employees, and then retaining them after they've been hired. The first way you can go about attracting these employees is to look to nonprofits and organizations that are already in place at your disposal. Some examples include Urban League and the National Council of La Raza, as well as diversityworking.com. These organizations have resources that will be entirely available to you, often for little to no cost. Additionally, you can enforce an equal employment opportunity policy. What this does is it puts in print your devotion to hiring a diverse set of workers and holds you to a standard much higher than many other companies. And it has in print, in full documentation, how important this is to you. Now, another thing you can do in terms of documentation is to simply redact the names of applications that have been sent to you for a particular job. What this does is it eliminates any minor biases one might have when looking at resumes and looking at a name. It's easy to do and doesn't take much time. You can often have somebody do it for you, or the system that you use do it for you. Additionally, you can diversify where you are looking for these diverse employees. If you're looking in the same areas, you're bound to find the same people. So you've got to expand your network, look at different places, maybe look at different schools, different towns, different areas in general, different types of areas, whether it be urban or rural. Overall, just diversify where you are looking, and you are bound to find different kinds of people. As for retaining these diverse employees, you want to retain them just like you would any other employee. Higher wages, time off, benefits, all these things will add up and help your company to look more attractive to these diverse employees after they've already been hired. They are just like everyone else and want the same things as everyone else, so give them the same things as everyone else. In addition to this, you want to give them opportunities to advance. By giving them an opportunity to advance, they're not stuck in their position, stuck in their job, and they have the ability to move up in the ranks. Now, as for what you can do among the other employees that may not be as diverse or that may not be as open to diverse employees, is to offer them diversity training so that they don't offend anyone and they know how to handle certain situations that they may not have grown up with. And also to create a sort of company culture that embraces these different cultures, such as different religions, holidays, day off, or LGBTQ policies that'll help these employees feel like they're right at home. The most important thing is you want them to feel comfortable at where they are at and not like they are different from everyone else in any